I'm done playing games, pal. You're gonna tell me what I want to know. And I am asking you for the last time. I'm not telling you anything. And that, I don't get it with you. I mean, I've tried everything. I was good cop. I was bad cop. I was cop who offers you a bagel. And nothing.
Why don't you shut up?
You shut up.
The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear. And the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown. Welcome to the mind of H.P. Lovecraft, Call of Cthulhu.
Alright, welcome everybody. That was a long introduction. Yes, that is every intro meshed together that I've ever created for myself using a program that I do pay for on a monthly basis. So, you're probably wondering what the point of that was. Well, I'm going to tell you. It's my way of saying goodbye 2023. It was an amazing year. We've had a lot of amazing videos. We had a lot of reviews. It's been a great year for streaming. We made some friends, lost some friends, just spaced apart. You know, it has been a both loving and caring and good and sad year. You know, hey, Ironcaster, nice to see you, Mrs. Tabletop. Yep, you're gonna be my new moderator starting in 2024. So I got you a wrench now, Mrs. Tabletop. There you go. And Spartacus, of course. So I bet you everyone's wondering why I'm doing a show on a Saturday. Well, let's go through a few things. You know, I had to pretty much kick a friend in the ass and go, you're going to do this because you need to. And he doesn't know this either, but I'm going to kick him in the ass right now. He knows who he is. You all know who he is. And I'm going to put him on the spot right now on the stream because I can. Because he's not here to stop me. He's tied up at the moment and in a basement somewhere. No, I'm just kidding. He's not really. He's just busy. But I am going to show off a little bit of something else I did for him, as well as a few things I did for myself during the time of this 2023. I want to welcome in 2024. We have exactly, if I had to guess, let's see, 7, 14... 22 days left of 2023. 22 days. That's it, you know. We could actually go through my channel and look at some stuff we did. And if anyone's wondering, yes, I have a little avatar here with a Christmas hat. It's a Christmas time of the season. So I want to say happy holidays, Merry Christmas to everyone who's actually been on my channel. Hopefully we'll get Ironcaster in 2024. 2024, I want to get Ironcaster on the show at least a few times. Not all the time, just a few times. We got a couple things coming up. We got Castles and Crusades, Call of Cthulhu, Horror Anthology, and and a sideshow known as Horror Anthology Zombie Apocalypse, which is going to actually be a sort of a more cinematic game, less mechanics, more storytelling, and more character development. Heavily on that, but we will explain more about that later. Let's right now focus on some of the things that are going to be... Let's say goodbye to a few things. Like, one, let's say goodbye to 2023. Let's say hello to 2024. Here's some things that are going to happen in 2024. Let me show you guys something that I did. We did get to play Horror Anthology using stuff from the Evil Dead, you know, because I'm a big Evil Dead fan. I love Evil Dead. What did we get in 2023? We got Evil Dead Rise. We got the Super Mario Brothers. We're not going to talk about that because we're not here to talk about movies. That's what I have a friend for. A couple friends, actually. But, you know, one that I'm going to put on the spot that I think we should do some movie reviews. Because he does it. He loves it. So here we go. We're going to put some things on the spot for you guys coming up real quick. Check out some of these other videos that I made real quick. And then we'll get around to talking about them. So what I'm going to do is show you a quick glimpse of my hold screen that I did make. And I decided to go with a bit of a cyberpunk theme because I love cyberpunk. And no, not 2077 either. I mean, I do love 2077, don't get me wrong. Yeah. When the game first started, it was complete crap, but now they've made it a lot better, made it more better. But let's not forget the 1980s, 1990s Cyberpunk 2020 and then Cyberpunk Red that came out in 2018, 2019, I believe, or in 2020 by Mike Pondsmith. It might even been 2021. I'll have to get some facts on. I'll have to fact check that real quick. While I'm fact checking, let's look at some videos that I made using a nice Wondershare program that I do use on an everyday basis. And I might even be doing some updates to my introduction. I'm actually definitely getting rid of this layout. This layout is actually going to go away. I've been playing around and doing some more stuff on overlays, but right now, this is the overlay I'm using because we're saying goodbye to it. What did I just do? Oh my god! What did I do? I was not supposed to show you guys that. Yeah, that's happening in 2024, come hella high water. You're in trouble, Chris. I'm lighting that match. We're going to do something on your channel for once. Enough of this. I'm going to get my channel around. I'm going to get around to my channel. I'm going to get around to my channel. I'm going to get around to my channel. You know how long you've been saying that, man? For 3 freaking months, brother. 3 freaking months. I'm gonna get back on YouTube. I'm gonna get back. He's coming back to YouTube, folks, because you know every great defender of the multiverse needs definitely a villain to cause a little bit of chaos, and that's me. It's happening, buddy. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I'm gonna get you a script. You're gonna read it through it, and if you don't like it, make some changes to it. I don't care, but it's happening. It's happening. So, out of all realistic, that was going to be the 3rd video I showed, but it ended up being the 1st. Let's look at some things that I did in 2023, okay? Enough of the 2024 stuff yet, but I had to throw it out there for him. He's getting an avatar ready for himself. He's getting stuff ready. He's not quite there yet, but I'm going to force it. I'm going to force it. Anyone ever seen Dexter? Season 2, you know? Science is a cold-hearted bitch with a 14-inch strap-on. Me too. Just kidding. Anyway, but no. I'm joking about the strap-on, not anything else. But no, that video is totally going to happen. So, yeah, I'm throwing them out there because you know what? I have a feeling, Chris, you're not going to do anything unless someone throws you into the deep end of the pool and watches you sink or swim. By the way, while you're either drowning in that pool, I'm drinking some lemonade. I'm just saying. Drinking some lemonade. Actually, for this one, this is called Fuji Apple. Drinking some water. But, don't know what, you know, he still doesn't know what he's doing yet. But, folks, we are going to have something coming up for 2024 because he's got to get back on that white horse, that big strapping white horse. So, let's look at some other videos that I was doing. Let's start off with the Evil Dead introduction. I did this originally because it was supposed to be a fan-based game, but thanks to Sparta Chris over here, he got me the Army of Darkness RPG book, of which I did a review on. Pretty sure I'm going to find that and maybe share that with you guys today. You know, let's do some shares of 2023. That was awesome, wasn't it, folks? That was awesome. And actually, I did find the review that I did. Let me see if I could pull up a nice screen share. Ba-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Oh, there we go. That's a little big. Let's dull that down just a tad there. Woo! Woo! So, I did do this video right here. This was done. This was tabletop review number 86, The Army of Darkness. Let's go through a little bit of it, shall we? And this is my own video, so I don't have to put up any copyright issues because it's my damn own video. So, yay for that, right? I believe that was one of the first introductions I did on my own. Nothing spectacular, just a mighty countdown. At the time, too, I had a really great friend and still a good guy, Jason Fox, who actually helped me out with a lot of my intros, which maybe we'll see some of those videos with that in as well. Got to keep promoting him out there, him and Prismatics. I'm not sure what's going on with 540. I've sadly ended up losing contact a little bit, but I mean, I think we just went our separate ways. Sort of stuff, but I hope all is well with them, because I don't have any issues with them. I just, shit, man, I work. That's the way life is. But let's continue with this review here. Oh, look, it's this introduction again that I did. Imagine that. All right, let's go. Let's fast forward. Let's fast forward. There we go. Hello and welcome everybody to my stream. Well, I know I'm doing one super freaking late. It's like 1 a.m. For some of you, it's probably like 12. For some of you, it's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and you're going, this is a 1 a.m. in the morning? Like what was I thinking?
Your time. Why the fuck are you still up? Well, I'm going to tell you.
I don't know why the fuck I was still up.
There's a lot of reasons why I'm still up. We're going to begin.
I'd like to know why.
With the
I don't remember the
logical reason. You know, I'm here to do a midnight review. And
oh, God.
I just had to get this out there. I couldn't wait one more day because tomorrow is supposed to be my special day.
Okay, so I kind of have a thing. I like to hear myself talk.
I got a birthday. I got to get ready to run on Saturday. I got appointments tomorrow. So, and then it's supposed to be my game day tomorrow, which Castle Crusades have been placed on hold temporarily. I didn't have time to get with people over characters and stuff like that. I have other things going on, so on and so forth. So, here is why we're here. Look at this. Army of Darkness role-playing game. Courtesy of Mr. Sparta Chris. Got this for my birthday. He asked how I would like it, and you know, a lot of people have always wondered why I never thought to, and he's also in the chat. I guess people have also wondered why I would never thought to use Army of Darkness, as it is a game written.
Well, part of the reason was I didn't really have it, didn't have the money to spend for it. I don't know, maybe I just wasn't appealing to me at the time. That's why I would go with that.
Specifically for the Evil Dead and Army of Darkness setting. Well, I'm going to tell you why here.
Still trying to figure out why the hell.
Now, this game uses what you call the Unisystem. The Unisystem, and I do love how the company it's Eden Studios. I do love the fact of what they did. They actually pulled off a really good thing. There is like 2 other books of Army of Darkness, but it's basically, one is Hail to the Queen, baby, and one is The King is Dead, Long Live the Queen. I believe those are what you would call, those are like, I think those are either comic books or, oh yeah, those are comic books. So there's, those are comic books. I think it's a cool design. Love the chainsaw look. As it is with Buffy and Angel. The true highlights are the other time periods, the archetypes, and they mean the potential to the paper. And so that's why they call it.
Well, enough of that. We're not here to rewatch a stream. You guys want to watch this? This is on my channel. Go please and check it out. So that was one of the many things that I actually got to do this year, is basically do the review of that book. It was actually a pretty good review. You should check it out. And I believe the book wasn't that expensive. You could get it on Drive-Thru RPG right now, I think for $15, or you can try it and find a physical copy. Either way, great book. Checking it out. So we did actually play an Evil Dead game earlier this year. It was a total of 7 players. I think including me would have made 8, or I was the 7th player. But 3 or 4 of us died, and then the other 3 or 4 survived. Ran away from the darkness, or the evil. Whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, that was kind of fun. So then, for 2024, what I got coming in is we are going to do a sort of a Jason Voorhees story. Because I interconnected Jason Voorhees and Pamela Voorhees and Freddy Krueger in with that whole storyline of what I'm doing for Horror Anthology. Real quick, here's a little bit of an intro that I did for the new 2024 stuff coming up. Yeah, I sort of just reused the Evil Dead intro that I made for that so-called fan game, and just changed a few things, but kept some of the things because I'm a big fan of Ash vs. the Evil Dead as well. Probably no big shocker there, and Kelly Maxwell is one of my favorite characters from that. I do like Pablo, and of course you got to love and spread, love for the king as well. The only one true king. Ashley Joanna Williams. Just gotta say it. Spread love to the king, baby. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Yep, so that is some of the future stuff that's coming up in 2024. I know I keep wanting to show off Chris's nice intro that I made for him. He hasn't used it on anything yet, so I figure, why don't we get some uses, show off a little bit of my work. I love the beat to the music. I might be able to extend that out just a little bit more. Got to get into a little bit of that. So, all right. Well, so that is basically us saying pretty much goodbye 2023. Hello 2024. Let's see, what other games do we do this time around? We of course did. Oh, we got to bring in the big guns, the great big guns. Castles and Crusades, which I did numerous reviews on. You guys can find that on my channel. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go look. It says Castles and Crusades. It is basically like a D&D game, old version 80s D&D with some new stuff, of course. I am trying to gain up to 200 subscribers before the 1st of January, as I will be implementing some new programs. and some new stuff actually going on. You know, one of the things I actually wish I could talk about, CNC, because D&D sucks. Yeah, let's not push any buttons here. Let's introduce some of the new friends that we actually got a chance to meet, which I don't know if any of them are actually in the stream or in the chat. Let's see here. Who are my participations? No, I guess they're not here. So I got to meet some new wonderful people this year. And I got to meet Melee James and Melee K, where I got to play Ghostbusters with them. Me and Chris both. I gotta see if I can get them on the show sometime, and come play some games with us or something. I do wish I had my co-host Sparta Chris or Witch King here. Witch King is really, really good. Oh, and I gotta spread the love for him too, the Witch King. He's trying to get some videos done. I think he's been having some issues with that, but we did get the use of a program. Oh, which I get to show that off today too. Why don't we start with that? So, I'm gonna show you guys a new program that I've been lately getting into using, which we're gonna be using a lot more in 2024. So let me pass this along over here. All right, and then let's do a screen share again. That's not the screen share that I wanted. That's the screen share that I wanted. Look at that, everybody. Okay, so this is Foundry. This is where we're going to be doing more of our Castles and Crusade stuff. This is my regional map, which is not done. But as you guys can see, I'm putting a little bit more into it. If no one's ever seen it, yes, that is totally Skull Island right there, with some locations. This is going to be for a totally whole new adventure. Characters are going to start off with, I think I'm going to make it 3,000 experience points. Either 3,000 to 6,000 or something like that. So yeah, this is Foundry. Here we've been able to actually, let me get everything over here. So we've actually got, some ways of doing things, including character sheets. Look at that. All the character sheets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we get Ironcast to join in on a couple sessions, that'll be 7 of us. 7 of us that will be in this game. We got Greenie, which I wish I had pictures for these guys. So, hey, guys, if anyone's listening to this, such as Toby, Colin, if you guys got pictures of your characters, let me know. I'll upload them, and you guys will be able to see them. Man, allergy season is a bitch. But yes, we're actually going to be migrating to Foundry to use for other games as well, because I actually do have Foundry set up to where I can, if we go back here, we go back to setup, I have other games that will be played. Ballad of Fire and Ice will be a solo Castle and Crusades game that I will be using. Chronicles of Paramore, Horror Anthology Zombie Apocalypse, Horror on the Orient Express, Call of Cthulhu, the Sigmaverse, which is going to be mine and Sparta Chris's podcast of our heroes. We're going to be playing superheroes using the Mutants and Mastermind system, so that's actually going to be coming up pretty great. Star Trek, of course, using the Modifia's 2D20 system. I honestly can't wait till we get to that. I really can't, because I am a big Star Trek fan, and maybe this will give me my Star Trek fix of the 2024. For 2024, we're going to have awesome Star Trek. And then Horror Anthology, my regular one. And then this is just a test world where I play a bunch of stuff on it. So, yeah. Working on getting new stuff set up for next year. So, big enough. So, why did I do the stream? Right now, I'm chilling. Seeing if anybody wants to come on that is able to come on and talk. We'll talk about a few things. Showing off some things that I'm doing by saying goodbye to 2023 and hello 2024. I am embracing the new year, because in the new year we will have nothing but gaming and tabletop reviews. Most of which, one of my tabletop reviews, I think you remember these guys. These are, well, these are zombies from Dead Island. It's not really the biggest thing I wanted to show off. Nor that. Nor that. Boy, I got a lot of stuff in here, don't I? I'll show you what I want to show off. I wanted to show this off a little bit more. Let me see if I can get it. Let's see. No. Let's do this. There we go. There we go. Image 6. Let's see here. Let's see here. Let me show you guys. This is what I wanted to show you guys right here. Look at that. Okay, so this is where Horror Zombie Apocalypse. It's going to be using the zombie survival role-playing game of All Flesh Must Be Eaten, using the Unisystem rules, made by Eden Studios. I will have reviews for that starting as early as I will probably do some reviews this year still, just before the new year. Nothing major, just a couple. And I will still get some streaming in, but I'm not going to be hard up on it like I was. It won't be every Friday and stuff like that because I got to get around to the holidays. But this is one of the things that I will definitely be working on. And the Zombie Apocalypse game is not supposed to take place before April 1st of 2024. It'll be sometime after that. Not sure or quite understanding when or where. Or when, yeah. When or where. I know where it's going to occur. Online. Haha. Alright, well. Let me see if... oh, boy. I am not sure if anybody want... let's see. Chris is busy. Let me see if I can get any guest stars on today real quick and see what memorable moments they have for 2023. I'm going to put everyone on a brief hold, show off my hold screen a little bit, and let's see if I can get someone to jump on. Hello, everybody. Sorry, still had us all muted. So I got Ironcaster with us here today, and wanted to bring him on the show and ask him, is there anything memorable that he can remember or he wants to show off that he did that he thought was great during 2023 by saying goodbye to it?
Well, I mean, in terms of just the sort of the stuff I've been doing this year, it's been a lot of the YouTube stuff. Like, I've been doing almost every week I've been doing movie reviews with like Pops and Loki on Talk Hard.
I've seen you there.
Yep, and I got a chance to get them to sit down and check out the Gamers Darkness Rising. So I got a chance to introduce that to just some new people.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. That is awesome. Gamers Darkness Rising. I do remember that. I've watched both the first Gamers movie and the second one. And then I think they had a whole series after that as well.
Let's say, have you seen the third?
Yes, I have seen the third too, Hands of Fate. I do like it.
I don't know. At the end of the day, I kind of only prefer the second one. That second one is good enough for me.
Yeah, I didn't really. I mean, at first it kind of grew on me because I didn't really care for the fact that they kind of deviated to a card game from a role playing game. It made me think of some things with that. So, and I was like, but I got used to it because it was still gamers and I still loved it. So, anything that you're looking forward to in 2024?
Well, I'd say probably in 2024, I'm looking forward to getting a chance to play out some more of the games that are on my shelf that I haven't got a chance to get to yet. Like
what?
First Castles and Crusades.
Oh, yes, there we are.
But I am also looking forward to getting to do more gaming convention stuff. Like
yes.
Our neck of the woods, because, hey, you're about a good 5-10 minute, 20-minute drive away.
I know, right?
We could go attend Big Geek Con when the guys from Big Geek Emporium do that again.
Oh, yes. I am looking at doing more conventions. I did a convention, but I was too overwhelmed with videotaping, with basically getting my camera out and saying, hey, I'm live at a con, everybody, with my family. What's up? And stuff like that, like how some of the other YouTubers do it. I was just too overwhelmed for my first time. There was a lot of stuff to explore, and I wanted to go anywhere and everywhere I could.
You basically you enjoyed it through the lens of a camera.
Pretty much. Only without actually having the camera out, but yeah. I gotta say though, I got to meet one of my heroes, so woot woot. Which was Brent Spiner, so that was fun. Oh yeah, we did have an issue. We did have an issue with reception while we were there. I noticed that, but that was probably because we were in a big metal and stone freaking building. That building was structurally sound. It was the halls were. It was art. I've never seen a more perfect building, I gotta say about that. And yes, I did look at the structure of the building. On the outside, it didn't look impressive. It looked like just a normal, schoolhouse or something like that. But when you got inside, it was really, really nice place to be.
Well, I mean, there is also that. There's that one at the hockey arena.
Oh yes, the one that we both live next to, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. When is that one again? Because I'm thinking about going to a more local one next time too, so that way I don't have to travel.
I think that one might be like June or July, so that'll be right in like the
that'd be like in our neck of the woods. That's total like swing in there and that's like nothing. All right, well, anything else you're looking forward for in 2024 in the future coming?
Well, I mean, I'd say probably movie-wise Dune, but if we're talking tabletop, I'm looking forward to getting a combiner rulebook for Transformers.
Oh yeah. So I've been meaning to do the same thing as get the Transformers, because who doesn't love the 1980s Transformers? And I'm not talking the live action movies. I honestly, after Michael Bay and then some of the other films like Bumblebee and then the one that they just did, what was one, the Coming of the Beasts or whatever, I was pretty much no, I prefer the 1980s 1990s version of Transformers. No, that RPG does pay homage to that, correct? Or do they pay more homage to the future stuff?
Yeah, it's basically pretty dead set into the franchise as a whole.
Oh, okay, fair enough. All right, I was just curious about that one. All right. Well, anything else you'd like to say to our viewers?
Come check out more. Let's go.
And this is Ironcast, everybody. I'm going to have his link in my channel. He does giant mechs as well, and hopefully I can get him on for some Castle and Crusades next year. Come on. Get him on the show. You know, and I'll be using Foundry a little bit, so everyone's character sheets will be right there for me to be able to go through and go, oh, yeah, you have that, cool. Or I should already know that firsthand off bat. So, well, that's everything I had for you, Ironcaster. Ironcaster, thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you, sir.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Oh, yeah. I miss you, man. We don't hang out like we used to, but I know you've also been busy with other channels as well, because you are on other people's channels as well, too.
God, I feel I'm practically on a channel a day, it feels like.
But when do you find time for your own channel? Come to think of it. I do want to ask you this. When do you find time for your own channel?
Well, these days I'm doing Monday nights on my channel.
Oh, okay.
For about an hour or two.
Oh, okay. I have to see if I can join in on some of that sometime. Of course, I think I work most Mondays. Who knows? All right, well, let's see if I can get someone else on real quick to jump on with us. I sent some messages out. Whoops. Totally screwed that up.
What did you do?
Oh, switch things on Discord because I was checking my messages without putting on the old screen. But hey, things happen. Okay, so I got a hold of another guest. He's going to be making it on here real quick. Sorry for the delay, everybody. But we've got the Witch King is going to be coming on here any minute. He's just getting ready to boot everything up. So we just had Ironcaster. We're going to talk to the Witch King. I want to know what he's hoping the future will bring for him and his channel at the very least. Hopefully something good, because you know it's always good to hear good things. If you guys see this panel moving a little bit, it is because I just figured out like I could like host Discord and have stuff going across. You know, I was just thinking of a few things, and I'm like, yeah, this would totally work. So I just had an idea. So hopefully we'll see more of that. I'm kind of running out of things to say at the moment. But, you know, a good hour-long stream isn't that bad. But we're going to wait on Witch King to show up. And I think he's going to be my last person. My very last person we'll have on today. Mrs. Tabletop did want to actually come on too, but our mics are too close together. We have to work actually on something with that. And I think I figured out something I can do with that. So I will be doing that. And then, let's see here. So, while we're waiting, let's put Sparta Chris back on the spot again. Sparta Chris, here's what's coming up for Sparta Chris and 2024. Everybody, whether he likes it or not, because I am the Tabletop Junkie, and I am going to basically make sure that this happens. I'm very persuasive. So, Sparta Chris is in the chat going, you're going to put a fire under my butt, huh? And I was like, yep, it's already working. Look at that. It's got that nice intro. Now you got to show something off. That's okay, because later on today, before you get home, I'm going to send you a script. Sounds like you need it. Yeah. Mr. Tabletop and Sparta Chris are going at it, right in the chat. That's awesome. So I'm actually going to, today I'm going to throw together a nice small video for Sparta Chris. 6 topics, and I got food waiting for me at the door. Awesome sauce. Just got a message. I got food waiting for me at the door. Okay. So absolutely, you know, we're gonna get stuff going here. No more waiting. I got stuff going all the time. Look what I'm doing right here. Look at this. This is not, you know, nothing's easy about doing anything like streaming, but yeah. We're still waiting on Witch King. Let's see if I have something else I can show off to you guys. Oh, boy. Oh, you know what? I do have something else I could show off to you guys. Something that will be kind of good as soon as I can find it. Let's see here. Let's take a look at a little bit more of this. See how you guys like this one. And that was a video that I made for Age of the Dead, which was supposed to be a separate system entirely made by both me and the Witch King, but I ended up having to put that project on hold because, well, I got a little bit too busy and I'm a little bit too tired these days to throw together a whole brand new entire system, making sure the math and mechanics worked out. So I may be taking that name and using it for something regarding the Zombie Apocalypse horror anthology for 2024, which will occur sometime after April 2024. Meanwhile, the Witch King made it onto the show. Witch King, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about you?
Oh, I'm alive. Here I am. I'm doing a stream saying goodbye to 2023. We got only 22 days left of 2023. Can you believe it?
No, I really can't. I mean, ever since I turned like 25, the years just keep going faster.
Oh yeah, it gets worse as you get older. Every year it gets worse. It's always shorter and shorter and shorter. And you think when it can never get no shorter, it's gonna get shorter. So, Witch King, is there anything great that you did this year? Anything that you're happy about that you did in 2023 that you said, you know what, this was an awesome experience? Anything good at all?
Well, let's see. I got to work on a Tales of Gore adventure, so that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
And that should hopefully come out soon. I think also this year was the year I got Whitechester finally, but that could have been last year. And I worked on that. So getting some money from stuff I worked on was pretty cool. Especially for something I enjoy so much.
And I think I did a review on Whitechester this year as well, made by Grim Jim and various other people that Grim Jim employed.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling well. He had been medical emergency, so he needed help.
Yeah. I do remember he was saying that, he was down for a bit. So, anything that you're going to be sad to see, like, hey, this was a great experience, I'm sad to see it go away with 2023, anything that you're sad about, or are you just happy that you just did it?
I think I'm happy that I just did it, yeah.
Okay, awesome. And what is your hopes for the future? 2024, in 22 days, we will be in 2024. What are some things you hope to see in 2024?
So I hope to be more active on my YouTube channel. I hope that I get to run some more games that I've been planning to run for years. Hopefully I can run a game on your channel as well. It'd be really cool.
Oh yeah.
Maybe multi-stream it so I can stream it on my channel and your channel or something like that. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, I was about to just bring that up. I'm hoping to actually do that. Someone actually gave me the idea. Someone actually gave me the idea of doing that too, and it was Sparta Chris and some of my new friends that I made this year. They are Melee Games. I will have to actually promote them as well. I'm hoping that maybe we get to do some more tabletop fun during the week a little bit and get some more people active on my server and make this a big, huge community thing as well, to where we get more people and actually make more friends and be more open, because right now there's still a lot of in our hobby, folks. If you guys don't know anything about our hobby, for those who are just tuning in, if you want to get into tabletop gaming, you feel free to join my server, and which will promote Witch King server as well. We're all tabletop gamers, and we just want to meet new people and have fun, and don't have to be serious or political or nothing. Right now, recently on Twitter today, and I'm gonna leave names out of it. I'm not sure as to. Hang on one second. I gotta put something down here. I'm not sure what happened, but I've been getting a lot of feed on my Twitter this morning that there's a huge fight among other people in my hobby, and I was like, what? This is not what the hobby's about. It's like saying, it's like anyone who's ever seen Yogg's Quest 2, guys playing Barry Manilow and hears people's gunfire and screaming. He's like, that's not what Barry Manilow's about. No, this is not what gaming's all about. This is exactly what I'm saying. We're supposed to all be friends and getting together and stuff like that. Peace, guys, peace. I'm the internet hippie.
No, I feel you there, man. If people just played more games and didn't talk politics when they're gaming or include politics in their games, the world would be a much better place. But locklist and like blacklists as well that are forming from both sides.
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I don't. I choose one side and one side only. I choose my side. I was like, here's what I choose. I choose my side, and anyone who wants to just hang out and have a good time, come with me, and we will just go hang out and have a good time. Have some virtual drinks or something. So there is no virtual pizza, unfortunately. I do have a picture of a virtual pizza somewhere, but I think I ended up.
Someday I'm gonna have a vegan pizza for myself. That'll be good.
Oh yeah, that would be good. Oh, we actually.
Because I mean, there's some really awesome vegan cheeses that if you ever try them and you're on a vegan diet for health or whatever reasons, they're awesome.
I was back in 2020. From 2020 to 2022, that was like I actually tried some of that cheese. That was actually not bad.
Yeah, the thing is, you got to stick with it because it really does make you lose weight. It makes you feel better. You don't get sick as much. It's really nice.
Because some of the vegan cheese is not made with real dairy either. Dairy is just
none of them are.
You know what a lot of people got to understand about dairy. Dairy's good for you, and I get that, but it's so heavy. Like when you get it in the stomach, it sits there, and it just doesn't make you feel good.
Well, but you can, if we continue talking about dairy and meat, you're going to start hearing my opinions. I don't want to do that. So.
Let's not do that because I hung out with on a side note, I hung out with Sparta, Chris, and Colin a little bit last night after you left after the game that we did host last night, and I made one mention of one thing, and they went on we were hung out for another 2 hours, and that's all they talked about for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was wondering why you guys were still in there.
I started something and I couldn't finish it. All I said was, there's just some things I'm not gonna touch with a 10-foot pole because it's too much into politics. And that's all I said. And those two went at it for an hour and a half. And I'm sitting there going, Anyway, we're not talking about politics on my server, so let's drop that. Okay, we'll drop it. 5 seconds later, they're right back at it. And I'm just going, what did I do?
Yeah, I understand that. That's happened with my core player group on my server as well. But they're better about it. They don't constantly talk politics, but I've noticed they're like, oh, let's just talk politics before the GM gets here because he's the one who enforces the rules.
I'm gonna have a GM hold music playing, one that's copyright free. Hell, I may actually make some myself with a little bit of jazz music in the background that's copyright free, so that way I don't get paid for it.
Yeah, because that's kind of the problem I forgot to mention with the GM pause music videos that it's gotten like copyright claims when I posted it on sites.
Yeah.
Because it has the Girl from Ipanema song playing in the background with no vocals, and yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that until I got an email years ago about how I had uploaded it to SoundCloud or whatever for Roll20, and it's like, oh, this has triggered our notifications, our flag, or we flagged your account. I'm like, oh my god.
Huh. Who knew?
Yeah. That's as close as I've gotten with copyright stuff on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Spreader Chris made a mention that there is people out there who do free copyright stuff for other people on their channels just to become big themselves. And he told me, I can ask some of them. And I was like, I thought about that. I thought about that too. So...
Yeah.
Well, Witch King, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I'm going to be running Castles and Crusades, I hope, for my parents. Oh. And hopefully I can write up some actual or live play posts on my blog or something like that.
Yeah.
But we're going to be playing an Aired.
So wait, your mom, both your mom and dad play? How'd that happen?
Well, my dad plays, but my mom is like, yeah, I'll do it because you seem to enjoy it so much. And I'm like, okay, if she wants to.
Oh, okay. I was just curious how that happened.
Yeah, she's not like I hope to make a gamer out of her, but I think it's really more so me in the house who has that interest.
Fair
My
enough.
dad is like, he'll play it, he'll run it if he can, but he's not as invested in it as I am.
Okay. Yeah, I got a lot of kids invested in it, and actually some of their fathers. I had one of the kids that I run games for. Her dad's a gamer, and her dad just came to me and said, "Hey, do you think my daughter will like this?" And showed me and her mother the photos of what he's getting her for Christmas, which we won't mention on here in case she's listening. And I was like, "Oh wow, okay, yeah." So, my kids are invested in gaming. We're looking to do more of it in 2024 as well, but not be so strung out from it. So, like I said, we got I made mention we got Castles and Crusades Chapter 5 of the Chronicles of Paramore starts the new year. January, I think I got that set to January 12th because we are going to lead 2024 with Call of Cthulhu, Horror of the Orient Express.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man. I think it's an issue with Call of Cthulhu and not so much your GMing style, but, like, it's really dragging for me, because it's like, and then we investigate, and then we investigate some more, and then the game ends.
Yeah, I was actually noticing that too. Well, that's the thing. It's like you guys haven't really I've been going through some of the notes. Like, I've been, slimming down the notes. That's it. Just slimming down some of the stuff to help me keep organized of the original works. And I'm like, for the first part of this, there's for the first couple parts and the first chapter or so, there's really nothing going on besides investigating.
Yeah.
Like, where's the horror at? Where's the insanity loss at? Don't worry, it's coming. Yeah, don't worry, it's coming. Because when it comes, and you sir, when you want to hang on to the luck points, that's gonna come to an end eventually. And then you're gonna miss the luck points. You're gonna be like, I want the luck points. I want them back.
Well, so the interesting thing about Master Nyarlathotep is, number one, it takes place in a locale that most people haven't been to in America anyways.
Right.
And that would be, well, where is it? It's somewhere in South America. I think it's not Puerto Rico, not Costa Rica. It's one of the southern nations in South America. I think it's Chile. Okay. But basically, you get a taste of what the folklore and the mythos stuff is happening in that kind of setting, and then you travel all over the world in the 1920s, and it's really cool.
Oh wow! Okay, all right.
But I find that when you travel to London, it's like, okay, we're in London.
But everything, it's like one of those. It's like one of those places you've never been to, but you feel like you've always been there.
Yeah, because I've watched so much British media.
That's probably it. I mean, it's where Doctor Who came from. Mm-hmm. Wait, that's 30 years into the future. So.
No, it's actually it's over
1950,
yeah, it is 30
right?
years in the future. Yeah, it's 1963.
Yep. I'm also hoping
it actually aired the day after Kennedy died.
Oh wow. Yeah, I've been going through some things, and I'm hoping to go back to Atomic Punk a little bit and play a little bit of Fallout stuff, because as much as I hate to mention it on here, because I'm scared of how it's going to turn out, there is a new Fallout TV series coming out on Amazon Prime. I just hope it doesn't end up as bad as Rings of Power.
Or The Wheel of Time. The Wheel of Time had some good parts in the last season, but it's not great.
Right. Yeah,
It,
I thought the Wheel of Time wasn't. I mean, I haven't seen the Wheel of Time, but I heard it wasn't as bad as the Rings of Power, though.
it wasn't as bad, but it wasn't great. It was not great at all for a lot of the first season, the early part of the second season, and then at the end, it's like, okay, cool. The end was great. Some of the parts a little bit before the end were great, but everything else, like,
Okay, fair enough.
if it was given to HBO, I'd be a little more interested because HBO has a history of doing pretty well with its licensed properties, like The Last of Us. That was awesome. I loved that retelling of that game. And Song of Ice and Fire's shows are pretty good, barring the last season or so of Game of Thrones.
I will admit, I've been having a lot of talks with everyone, too, about The Walking Dead, because I started rewatching some of that stuff because my girlfriend has never seen it. And it's like, the Walkers did a lot more in the first 2 seasons than they ever did in the later seasons.
It's like the writers got bored of them.
And it was like, what's funny is everyone said, oh, a zombie can finally climb a wall. It's where it shows just a zombie climbing a ladder. Oh, they're evolving. It's like they counted that as a form of evolution, and I'm like, it's not a form of evolution. They were doing it in the first season, and I totally forgot they were doing it. You actually see zombies climbing into a tank, try to climb into a tank, and try to open up a door. Yeah. Where that doesn't happen anymore. It was like, oh, they just lose the ability to do this, and I'm like, that's a bunch of crap. Yeah, it's like you said, the writers just got bored.
Yeah, and I think it was a number of things. The writers got bored. They were contracted to work, and they couldn't do what they wanted to. And
I think it was more than that.
Kirkman kind of screwed over Frank Darabont when Frank Darabont, I think, would have really handled The Walking Dead much better than anyone else at AMC.
The one problem I had was the overarching story arc that they had when they introduced... Now, I'm going to tell everyone this. I'm a big fan of both the character and the actor, so this is not anything to do with the character or the actor. Negan in the comic books was awesome as shit. He didn't have an overarching story arc. He was still alive going into the alphas, but I'm going to say this right now. His story arc in the TV show was completely overarching. It had no reason to be like that. It wasn't that bad. In the actual comic books, I don't know why the hell it lit like 2 or 3 seasons in the actual TV show. No idea why.
Yeah.
Now, Jeffrey Dean Morgan...
They really could have trimmed down a bunch of the TV show to like 5, maybe 6 seasons, and they could have done everything they wanted to do.
Yeah, they could have told the whole story. Yeah. I bet you some of that stuff was like considered what you would consider just filler, just to buff it out a little bit, and that was overly much. Because like when Negan first joined in season 7, came into the show, I think it went to season 9 before they finally caught him, and I'm like, there is no reason that should have went like that. No reason, because those seasons were almost 30 episodes apiece. He had 90 episodes, and it's like, okay, no reason for that. And that's just the character. But the character's good all the way around. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan does a damn good job acting as Negan. He is actually one of my favorite actors in there, and I freaking love it. But see, my other issue that I have is this mystery of where the hell is Rick Grimes, which never freaking happened in the comic books. Rick was there right up until the very end.
Yeah, I mean, it had an epilogue in the comics, but as soon as Rick's story ends, the comic ended. That was it.
Yeah, no, they're keeping it alive. Now we got a Fear of the Walking Dead, which is in its final season now, season 8.
I thought it already ended.
No, it's in season 8. Well, season 8 is going to be the last one. I think it will. It's either just ended now, or it's going to be ending at the beginning of next year, one of the two. Because now we have the City of the Dead, which just started, and then now we also have the Daryl Dixon story, and I'm just like, really? We're going to tell stories of these other people, which I would love to see. I actually am interested in the City of the Dead, to see how Maggie and Negan works together, to see what they could do to combine those two together, because my thing about that whole situation is I don't agree with it, because it's like Maggie would have hated him no matter what because of him killing Glenn the way he did. And in the comic books, she ended up hating him right up until, I think, Negan dies in the comic books, and right up until his last breath, she hated him, and they never worked together like that. Now, he did eventually become a good guy, and it kind of shows his backstory a little bit about why he went bad. He was kind of a rough character anyway, very serious, but he also had spoiler alert for anyone who's never seen The Walking Dead, a little spoiler
Or read the
alert
comics.
or read the comics, because this is more of the comics. In the comic books, he actually had a wife that wanted him to sleep with other women because she was dying of cancer. And he didn't want to because the love of his life was Lucille, which is why he names his bat Lucille, which we never even hear about for a long time in the show. And it's like, again, the comic books are better. I'm sorry. I don't know why they're better. They just are. I'm not going to get into an argument about why they're better and why they're not, but it just...
No, I agree with you. The comics, the books, whenever a media gets translated from one platform to another, there's bound to be inconsistencies. More often than not, it really drains away from the content of the story, and
yeah.
Well, I mean, the Last of Us, they did great, but that's the exception to the rule.
I gotta finish that, see how that turned out. Anyway, we have been well over an hour here, and I don't think I have anyone else coming on to ask any more questions, so we're gonna come to a close on this stream here, because I do have a book I want to get to real quick. I have actually several books I want to get to, so I'm going to get to one of them. I'm reading Consumption, which is by, let me get the, you guys can pick up this book on drivethrurpg.com. It's $5. Let me see. It's this book is called, give me a second. And this is a fiction book. So this is fiction, but it's written for a for gaming books. Let's see. There's 3 books of them. This is called The Book of All Flesh. I'm reading Consumption, which is by the writer Steve Eller. This is written for All Flesh Must Be Eaten, and it's some fiction to actually go along with the many different worlds that you could design and make for All Flesh Must Be Eaten, which I'm reading that a little bit to get an idea of a story arc for my zombie podcast / actual play / whatever, because it's going to be more cinematic than it will be us diversing with system. Hopefully we don't get any players that are like type 2 players. Don't get me wrong, type 2 players are okay, but remember, if you guys actually ever heard my video on the different types of players, which is, I believe it's called Let's Talk Shop, I should show that. That was something I wrote, I did in 2023. Witch King, you were there for part of it. You weren't in the video, but you were in the chat. We pretty much exercised. You're like a type 1, type 3 player. You know, if you have to pick, if you can't choose both, you will lean more towards type 1 than anything else. You lean away from the mechanics, not towards the mechanics. Where type 2 players, all they care about is the damn math. And it's like, this is the reason why they say tabletop role playing. So, I'm a type 3, and I will lean more towards the type 1. If I had to give up something, it'll be the mechanics. But I have to keep the mechanics there somewhat because it's still a game. I want people to actually focus on their character and how they would act, not if they're the best at anything or anything like that. Because in All Flesh Must Be Eaten, all my zombies are going to have one aspect that is, once you're bitten, you have 24 hours to live. It's called Once You're Bitten and You're Hooked.
Oh, so you do it that way. So it's not like The Walking Dead or George Romero movies where it takes it at most like 2 or 3 days, and then the person dies and rises from the dead.
Well, basically, if you get a bite, it's pretty much you're done. It may still take 2 or 3 days, or it may, the point is there's no cure for it. You're not going to beat the infection.
But is it only transmitted through blood and saliva, or is it transmitted other means as well?
Well, let's find out, shall we? I actually have the definition right here.
Because the other thing you have to wonder is, if our characters have any wounds on us and we get infected blood on us, or in our wounds, we could turn into undead.
Oh yes, absolutely.
But if it's only in the blood, if it's in the saliva only, it's a little easier.
So this is called one bite and you're hooked. It's basically the zombie need only bite a living being and the chain reaction begins. The process usually takes a day or so and finally sets in. During the time, it might be possible to reverse the effects if a skilled researcher doctor treats the victim. Otherwise, the bitten goes straight from living to undead without ever passing out and dying. Yeah. That's the description they give, but I'm pretty sure we could tweak that to our own. You know, some of this is all story relevant, more story based than it is. Basically, if you can find a cure, you're never finding the cure. So it's like, yeah, once you're bitten, you're done. Other aspects, which also tells you the power of the zombie, would be only the dead, or they have to bury their dead. Yeah, no chance in that. One bite and your guys are done. So we get to see how well that goes through. But that's for the future. Everything's for... Oh, hang on. I may have...
Oh, by the way, what did you think of Dead Rain?
Oh, I'm still looking through that. I've already looked through some of it. I'm still looking through some more of it. I'm actually reading it right now. Not right this minute, but that was one of the books I actually been reading since you showed it to me, and I was like, wow, this is... It is interesting. It is interesting. I'm trying to go through some of the zombie stuff too real quick because it's giving me some ideas. And we are going to be totally going to Foundry and stuff. So if Foundry is going to be a thing, I've actually made I made a battle map where you guys can go into like a call center or an office building and loot the office building.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what we really find in there, though.
Sure. Anything's better than nothing. You might find snacks.
That's true. It'll tide us over for a little while. But question.
Yeah.
Is it going to be an anthology and it's going to be like episodic, so it takes place further in the future in the anthology as we get through the adventures, or is it just going to be like a campaign that takes place over a certain amount of time? And it takes place from, like, the start of the apocalypse to wherever we end up when it ends. Or is it going to be like what I mentioned previously?
I'm thinking episodic saga. So, like, the first saga is going to be, like, the first week. And then the second saga, second season will be the second week, third week, and fourth week. And then we're going to fast forward to, like, 3 months. And then for the first couple...
years?
For 3 months and then years, but then the amount of time that you've had, like the time skip, you guys will be going back and telling me what you guys did during that time. So not so much always taking on zombies or always facing evil, but also telling a story as well. Everyone's going to be involved in on that. So,
well, I mean, we also have other humans to worry about.
Yes, there will be other things to worry about. Right now, the first worry is the fact that you are going to be in a fictional city full of 3.1 million.
Well, at least it's not Los Angeles or New York.
No, more Chicago. And then, actually, that city is actually next to... There's another area next to that city, which is a smaller city with only 252,000. So basically, you're going to be in a state that you're trying to reach out of and go, okay, who's still alive?
Yeah. That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. I'm thinking about doing loot generation cards or something like that, to where either you draw a card or you roll a dice, and this is what you find. And actually, I'm designing tables on that now. The only way to kill a zombie, too, is if you shoot it in the head. If the head does not take any damage at all, then it's immune to all other forms of damage.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
So basically, unless
you have to attack the brain. You have to attack the brain.
Are they scared away by fire or anything like that?
No, but they are weak against fire. Fire is a good way to attack them.
Okay. Of course, then you have to worry about zombies wandering into your area on fire and burning everything they touch.
Yeah, I'm gonna make this interesting. I have my inspiration for the zombies is going to be Dead Island a little bit because I love all the zombie archetypes from there. So I'm pulling some inspiration and converting some of them into the All Flesh Must Be Eaten to see how it works out. And yeah, let's just say it's not going to be easy.
Oh, I have a question. And this pertains to the setting at large.
Okay.
Are they undead, or are they infected humans who have consciousness and they're not in control of their actions?
Undead.
Okay.
In a sense, they die and rapidly resurrect.
Okay. I didn't know if it was going to be more like other zombie media, like 28 Days Later or The Last of Us, where the person is gone, but they're still in the brain for a while, and then they can't control their actions. They're mumbling and screeching to themselves in pain as they get burned and shot and stuff.
Yeah, see, I thought about that, and that's something I'm gonna think about too, because I did like The Last of Us TV show. I have not played the game, sadly. Might be something I might be interested in doing.
I'd recommend it. It's pretty good.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, Witch King, anything else you got to say to our viewers?
No, I don't think so.
All right, well, everybody, I do have some things to actually show you guys, which may take just a moment. It's nothing that we're gonna come back to. So it'll be all the outros that I ever made for this year. And me saying these are the introductions I have. Some of them are going to carry over to 2024. Some of them I may never use again. But I definitely did want to show off some other things I did for 2023 as part of my saying goodbye to 2023. This is one of the last streams I will be doing for the year. So I will be seeing everybody in a couple weeks. Meanwhile, if you guys are checking out this channel, please like and subscribe. Help me reach 200 subs before the first. That way, when we come back, we're going to have 200 subscribers. They're going to be able to check out our actual plays and be able to check out more stuff to come. And we're trying to do other forms of entertainment for you guys. Hopefully, I can get with some people and collab with some people and joining our streams as well and having such a fun time. Because that's what I'm here for. I want to create entertainment for fun people. So, other than that, that's everything I have at this time. Thank you for tuning in. This was a nice hour-and-a-half long stream. And remember to work hard, play hard, game hard, everybody. Game on. Have a great and wonderful evening.